Hello, Tom Williamson from SkepticCanary.com here again. I thought the first Papers, Please video that I did went quite well, so I'm going to do another one. This time we're going to look at day 2 and day 3. So here we are, starting from day 2. Gurestan checkpoint a success. So we've only had one day, but already the rules are going to change. And the rule change is very, very straightforward, which we'll see after you finish walking to work. And that is that foreigners are allowed in as long as their passport is valid. And you can see that the inspection mode has been added to the booth, which means that you can use this to highlight discrepancies in anyone's information. So the basic rules are: entrants must have a passport, all documents must be current. So the map itself, we can see if we go onto the next page. Here's all the different countries within the game. But let's have a look at the first one, which is Antegria. And what you're looking for on this page is the diplomatic seals. But to start off with, you need to look at the issuing cities. So these are Arstotzkas. And you have 3 issuing cities per country. And when someone presents their passport, as the first person is going to do, one of the things you need to check is that their issuing city is correct. So this person's from Impor. So again, like I did in the last video, the first thing I'm going to do slowly. So the guy's face looks right, and we're just going to check that Haihan is in Impor. Indeed it is. So I see nothing wrong with him, so I'm going to stamp his passport, approve him, and through he goes. So next person, and again I'm going to do this quite slowly and deliberately. So this guy's from Antegria, and we can see that it says Outer Grouse, but before we do that, we can see that his passport is out of date. So if we want to highlight that, we select the discrepancy. But at this stage in the game, there isn't really much point in doing that, because all he can say is, oh, it must be a typographical error. So in order to do things faster, you don't have to give a reason, so there's really no point in investigating discrepancies of that nature. So, for example, didn't highlight a discrepancy with that person, we just sent them on their way. Okay, next person. And from now on, we're going to try and do things a bit faster. She looks absolutely fine. She looks like a picture. Olvek Vonor is in Arstotzka. So there we are. Send her through. Call the next person. Okay, they're from Antegria again. And everything looks fine there. So we send them on their way. Like I say, when you play the game for a while, you learn where the cities are in which country. So that looks absolutely fine. Yeah, occasionally you get a card for a strip club for some reason. I don't know why. I don't really know if that has any role within the game. Anyway, next person. Impor, Haihan. Yep, everything looks fine there. So send him on his way. Oh, what's going on here? Someone's jumped over the wall. And the guard it's a pretty poor shot. You would have thought you would have got him by now. Oh, and he's thrown a grenade. And he's killed the guard. So the attacker and the guard are dead. And that, unfortunately, ends the day. So, so we didn't make nearly as much money as we did last time. But because we've got some savings, we can still pay all the bills and keep everyone happy, which is good. So we need to make up for that day. So what I'm going to do on the third day is just process everything as quickly as possible. And because of that security incident, you'll see that the rules change once again. So foreigners now need an entry ticket. That's another requirement, and it's got to be with today's date. So one thing you can do to save time is have the rules ready, because if someone hasn't got their entry ticket, then you want to interrogate them to see if they do have it. So this first guy, absolutely fine. I know that Les Renardi is in Republia. So he gets his documents back and he goes through. Now let's see, what about the second person? See, now they haven't presented an entry ticket. So we can highlight that by clicking the relevant rule and the empty desk. And then she does hand over her ticket, which is really annoying. Because why didn't she just hand it over in the first place? Oh well. But that saves me a citation, you see. Okay, next person. Okay, so she's going to give me a strip club card as well. Get that out of the way. But apart from that, everything was fine. So she goes through. Okay, next person's from Obristan. Oh, but I can see that their passport's out of date. That's no good, so we're going to deny them. It's important to remember that you have to give back everything that someone gives you, in terms of documentation, obviously. This guy from True Glorian, all looks good. His entry ticket is valid, so he goes through. And the next person, let's see what they've got for me. Import Enkyo, all looks good. Oh, but his ticket's on the wrong day, so he doesn't get through. Like I say, if you want, you can highlight the discrepancies with things like that. For example, this guy, he doesn't look like his picture, but there's nothing much we can do about that. So we just deny him entry and off he goes. Later on in the game, you can do something about it, and you do need to. Ah, no, here we are. This is a recurring character called Georgie Costava. Start with, he just doesn't give you anything, so you have to highlight that. Lovely idea that you wouldn't need a passport to get in, but no, tough. So he goes off. But we'll be seeing him again, sadly. Okay, next person. From Obristan and Laundars, I know is in there. So that looks good. Send him on his way. Okay, next person. Let's see what they've got. Import Les Renardi. That's not an import, so we just deny her. And you saw how fast that was. As soon as you notice any discrepancy at this stage of the game, you just need to deny them. Next guy. Now his passport says female, and he looks like a man. So I'm afraid this game isn't for social justice warriors. But then again, with all the other stuff going on, that's probably what they'd complain about. Here's next person. Everything looks good. So we send them through. Yeah, because at this stage of the game, it is just all about speed. Later on in the game, you can check things like names and cities and that sort of thing, but you can't at this point. So this person looks fine, so they go through. Okay, let's see who we've got next. Obristan and Mergeru. Everything looks fine there. Oh, but her entry ticket's on the wrong day. So she is denied. Up next, we have this guy. And he doesn't look like his photo, so deny straight away. Later on in the game, they bring in a fingerprinting system. So if someone doesn't look like their passport photo, then you can check. She looks okay. Yep, everything fine there. Not quite sure why I put her in my reject position, but anyway. Still doing okay. 16 people processed, so that's more than double yesterday already. Her passport's out of date, so she gets rejected. And next we have this guy. Haihan isn't in Arstotzka, it's in Impor, as we saw earlier. So he goes. Okay, next guy. United Federation, Great Rapid. He hasn't provided his entry ticket, so we need to see if he's got it. And he has. That's so annoying. Oh, and it's for wrong date. No wonder he didn't want to give me his ticket. Okay. So let's see who we've got next. Narstotskin, who doesn't look anything like her photo, so she gets denied. Oh, can I squeeze in one more? Getting towards the end of the day here. Come on. Artotskin. Oh, it says female, and you look like a man, so no chance. I think I just about squeezed him in. I think I'm going to get paid for 21 people, which if I do is very, very good. There it is. 21 people, 105 credits. So I've doubled my savings and paid all my bills. That's very, very good going. That'll set me up for